One other thing I want to get off that I like but dislike is the power tailgate. So where it's a nice thing to have that you can sit here and I can press a button inside and it'll open and close, especially when I get to a place where they want to do the security and they want you to check out the boot. And most of the time I don't really want to get out, but I can press the button here, especially with the security guys I know and I trust. You know, majority of them you still got to be very careful because they will try to take something out your bag or out your boot. So I'll press the button, it'll open up, they'll say, okay, cool, and then I can close it here. That is a nice feature, as well as having it in your key in your pocket. You stand at the back, it'll open for you. You know, you just step there, it beeps or shows your indicator, you step back and it opens up, you know, for 5 seconds and you just take a step back and it opens up, which is nice. However, I found that sometimes when I'm filling up with petrol, I normally sit chatting to the petrol attendant, or, you know, I'll chat to all the guys because, I mean, I'm a friendly type of person like that. Then the tail wants to open the whole time, so I end up having to basically lean against the car, and it'll flash for flash, and then it'll stop, which is a nice thing to override. But like the other day where my foot was a little sore, and I was at a customer. So my foot's a little sore, I walked past the back of my car, but I took longer than what I normally would. I went into the customer, I came out, and my boot was open. So it's like, I had a tool bag in there, I had some spares in there, I had a laptop in there. Fortunately, this was at a customer in their parking premises, so there was no real threat. So, which, when I saw it, I tried to run to the car as quickly as possible to make sure nothing was taken. But yeah, you still don't want to have that sinking feeling you walk out and your boot or your car's open. You don't want that. But yeah, so what I have learned to do is that if I do park somewhere, if I need to come and back to the boot, I'd rather walk around the front. So that is one thing I have to pay attention about. But I don't want to disable the facility of the auto boot because it's something that I use very often. I use it 6-7 times a day. I've always got spares, I've always got stuff in my hands, so it's always a nice thing to not have to worry about finding the key or pressing the button, especially when you don't want to drop something, whatever's in your hand. So that is the one thing that I do like, but in the instance, you also got to be very careful that you don't want to leave your car unlocked in the middle of a shopping center because you will come back with everything gone. I was just lucky that it was in a customer's premises, which, you know, they've got a security. Okay, then you guys would have seen the video I posted last week about the sound upgrade. Believe me, that makes a massive difference from what the sound was to what it is now. It is a massive difference. So I linked the information for the gentleman. His name is Jean. He's in the previous video, so go check that out and do yourself a favor. It's 5,000 to 7,000 rand depending on what you want, but it is well worth it. He even has some gentleman with an T8 that he wants his sound done as well. He's always upgrading the systems, so he's looking for the better speakers every single time. He is a mechanical engineer, so he knows what he's talking about. He knows, and he used to do sound system competitions when he was a bit younger, so he knows what he's talking about when it comes to sound, and I can see. What else can I talk about? So in general consensus, I think the car is amazing. I'm so happy I took the plunge. The deal that I did with Cherry, as a lot of people have asked me, is that the previous car I was paying 13.7% interest, which is very high. Even my wife, hers is about 13.4, and she's got fixed, so she wanted fixed. But Cherry, even with the trade-in, look at the trade-in was a bit much for me. So I owed the bank 295,000, and the trade-in was only about 230,000. So I owed something like 76,000 difference. So which no one just has 76,000 rand lying around. So what they did for me is they loaded that onto this car. Now this car was 399, no deposit, and they gave me a interest rate of only 8.02% through Westbank. So go check that out at Midrand. They're specifically doing this. I don't know how long this special is going to be running for, but go check it out. They are really trying to get the people to get the cars. I mean, and the people that are watching these videos are obviously interested in the cars themselves. Anyway, so they did a deal for me, and I end up actually paying about $600 cheaper on this one than I did on the T4. I say 600 because the initial is only about $750, but the insurance was 100 Rand more. So 100 Rand more for a newer car. Not a bad issue. That's what I like about that. So the pros and cons. Okay, so the car is a bit bigger, so it's a little bit heavier on petrol, which is not to be, it's to be understood, or understood, if I can put it that way. The power, they could tweak it just a little bit, as it's a bigger body. It's about 180 kilos heavier than the T4 that I had. So that is the only part that I could really say is an issue. I do know that one of the dealerships, I'm going to go find out from them what they've done, but apparently they have tweaked some settings in the car that it just feels like it's got more power. Maybe it's more responsive, but I want to go find out about what's going on there. But in general, I am very happy. I think this car looks gorgeous. Everyone that sees this car says, no, she looks amazing in the black, with the black tint as well, which does help with the South African weather. I know it was a hard decision, but I feel it was the right decision for the heart and the head, and I am ecstatic. So thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for all the stuff you want. If there is anything specific that you want to know, a lot of my videos cover a lot of the basics of what you guys want to know. But if there is anything that you really want to know, please message me, DM me, and I'll get back to you guys and try to help you out with another video. I'm waiting for Midrand to get back to me about borrowing one of the crosses for the weekend. I did do obviously a view of what the car looks like inside and all that on my vid, but I want to actually drive the difference and see what it is between the T4 Elite DCT and the Cross. It's the same engine, same gearboxes, but it's slightly tweaked. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But you'll see on the top left there, or in the middle, you'll see the buying a CHERY, scan the code online. I will be putting links in that, and I will be doing videos about this as well. Then if you use my code, use Bold CHERY for a special gift. If you do that, you'll get something extra from CHERY themselves.
Okay, why are we here?
About to collect my brand new 2024 CHERY Pro CVT distinctive.
And you are excited?
Very excited.
And is your wife going to see you today, or will you be busy reading the manual?
I know the manual very well. I will be programming the car and installing the camera.
Have you previously done a video on this vehicle?
Not on this model, but I have done it on the Executive.
Okay, so are there big differences between the two vehicles?
Not really. This one, the difference is the Executive has a big panoramic sunroof, as well as 360 cameras and a few extra stuff.